Welcome back, guys, to Ace Attorney Investigations 2, Prosecutors Gambit, where last episode, with a phone call received to tell us Shaun Fenn had been rescued, the restraints came off of Gavèlle as Eustace took over the lead prosecutor role, assisting him in taking on his father with evidence he had dug out of the local dump by hand. With Excelsius winner exposed thanks to his gloves, we looked to bring the trial to a close until Shi Long Lang interrupted, accusing Gavèlle and her son of the murder of the president as he took us to the empty lot, where we now hear from Shaun about last night. I had a bad day yesterday. Messed up a couple of takes.
Hold it!
A bad day? Could you elaborate a little? What, I have to spell it out for you? It was just bad, okay? What do you think? Did he drink too much milk, maybe? How did you... I mean, no. Nothing like that. So it might be more accurate to say that his stomach had a bad day. I thought milk was supposed to be good for your digestion. Just shut up. We're done talking about that. The point is, I messed up those takes. We were scheduled to shoot the same scene again today.
Hold it!
So you wanted to rehearse your lines in preparation for the reshoots? Yeah, I caused enough trouble for everybody messing things up the first time around. I wasn't about to do that again. I'm a pro. One could only admire his dedication and his sense of responsibility to his co-workers. Shaun takes his work so seriously. He's a real inspiration to everybody. Even the takes he said he messed up, it wasn't like there was actually a problem. He just wanted to make them as good as they could be. He always says that even a tiny bit better is... Shut up. Why do you always have to say stuff people don't need to hear? Oh, sorry, Shaun. He could maybe work on his people skills a little more. Anyway, as I was saying... So I thought I'd put in some extra practice, and that's what I did. It's that simple.
Hold it!
Shaun, about what you just said, how many times have I made you promise? If you're going to rehearse on your own, you have to tell me. I know. Well, that little outburst rather stole my thunder. Let me ask again about what you just said. I think it's pretty cool though, Shaun. What? More interruptions? It's all the hours of practice that make you the best you can be. Little by little by little. I'm the same. I went from small-time thief to average thief. And before I knew it, greatness beckoned. But now that I finally made it, I'm not about to stop doing my best, and neither should you. May I continue? Now, Shaun, do you often rehearse alone? Finally, I got my question out without being interrupted. It's not like I haven't done it before. It was fine. Nothing happened. Now, here's the doubt. We know that something happened. We saw that you left. But where's the actual evidence here? Shaun's rehearsal tape. I think we're presenting that.
Objection!
Why did you leave? What went on? Nothing happened. I'm sorry, but you're lying. This proves it beyond a doubt. Wait, that's... How did you... That's right. Your rehearsal tape. What? You have video footage from last night? We do. And if you watch it, you'll see that it was no ordinary evening. There's a footprint there already. There is, and I'm not sure that's an everyday sight, even on a film set. Shaun, why would you keep this from me? No reason.
Knuckle back!
Liar! That stuff might work on your mummy, kid, but it's not gonna work on me. Why did you hide the tape? Shaun, you have to tell us. You? Look, I just didn't want anybody to see me rehearsing, okay? I don't like it. So you were embarrassed, is that it? Yeah. What's so weird about that?
Knuckle back!
That's why you didn't hand over vital evidence. Shaun, how could you? Ah! Oh, give me a break. You know about it now, don't you? Sure, the footprint was there, but I just ran my lines and went home. That was it. What? Nothing about the giant monster footprint struck you as weird? It's a giant monster footprint on the set of a giant monster movie. It's not like there isn't all kinds of other weird stuff around here. I don't buy it for a second, Chief. There's something hinky about this kid, sure as I'm standing right here. Dang Skippy there is. He's hiding a scoop under them there horns, so my name ain't lot of heart. Ah, shut up, both of you. I'm done talking.
Objection!
No, you're not. What? The footprint isn't the only strange thing about last night. What other unusual occurrence happened yesterday evening? Well, the death of Thingamabob? But he didn't know that. This fell down too, with a fire. I think we're getting to that later somehow. I feel like that's not yet now a thing to do, especially when it's actual details there and more about the body itself. It's probably the fact that, yeah, there was a fire, it fell from the set, and it was put back up again.
Take that!
And it broke the wall. Is it the wall break? The model of Torosaurus's head fell from the roof of that trailer last night. Did you expect us to believe that you knew nothing about that? I don't know what you're talking about. It's like literally in the background. Is that so? I told you, I ran my lines, I went home, that was it. What do I know about some stupid fallen head? Or are you saying you can prove I know something? Sadly not. It's entirely possible that the head fell after Shaun left. No proof, huh? Then this conversation is over. Something tells me he doesn't want to talk about last night any more than is absolutely necessary. What is he hiding? Did you set the fire?
Not so fast!
Playing around? Hold it right there. What is it, Agent Lang? So it's just as I thought. Thanks, Mr. Prosecutor. This footage of yours backs up my theory nicely. What? There was something else on that tape. Yep. Look closely. See the costume up in the top left? Oh yeah, the Torosaurus suit. Something's different. Do you see it? Is this open? I'm not sure. He's just kind of hanging out and looking a little saggy. Oh, and the zipper on his back is done up tight. The zipper. Huh. That's... yeah, I guess you'll see it now, right? On the tape, the zipper is wide open. Why? Because somebody's inside the suit. That's why. What? Mr. Powers, that zipper. What can you tell us about it? Oh, well, we always close it up tight when the suit isn't in use. That's right, Mr. Prosecutor. And do you remember something else I said not so long ago? Let me refresh your memory. What if your friend Gavèlle pushed the president off of the big building the night before last, and then came down here to the movie set and hid the body somewhere? Here? But where? There's all kinds of stuff down here. Costumes, equipment. You could hide it anywhere. And then come back a day later, last night in other words, and take it out again. You're saying the body could have been hidden in the Torosaurus suit, and that the Torosaurus suit wasn't used at all for filming on a day that would have been necessarily interrupted? That's exactly what I'm saying. Isn't that right, Gavèlle? You pushed the president off of the roof just like I said. He's in 2 holes a state to be pushed off a 51-floor building roof. He would be very mushy on the head or somewhere. Very slightly explodey. Then you hid his body inside that costume. There would have been grape juice everywhere. I most certainly did not.
Not so fast!
Protest all you like. I'm not going to believe you. You're the only person who could have done this.
Objection!
I thought we already proved that would have been impossible. The movie set was locked at the time. There's no way Judge Gavèlle would have been able to get in here. So you're saying it's an accomplice situation?
Not so fast!
What if she had an accomplice? What? I've got a little theory for you. I think you're gonna like it. Okay, mother and child murderers. Makes it sound like they killed mothers and children, but still. What if Shaun was waiting down here when Gavèlle pushed the president off the roof? What? Catch! Dodge the dead body, it's coming! If the two of them were working together, the problem of the lock goes away. My god, having the kid down here to watch the explosion. They then worked to hide the body together too, by dragging it over to the Torosaurus suit and stuffing it inside. You think the murder was really that carefully planned? Do we not have like an autopsy report yet? It was the assassination of a world leader. It could only have been carefully planned.
Overruled.
To suggest that Shaun could have been involved in this, it's unthinkable.
Not so fast.
You're my prime suspect. What makes you think I'm going to listen to a word you say? What about motive? What reason would either of them have to kill President Wang? Who knows? But we'll find out soon enough. She was the last one to meet with him, and she won't tell us why. Pretty darn suspicious. Even you have to agree with that. Judge Gavèlle, I don't suppose I can convince you to share any more details. My apologies, but that is the one thing I cannot do. However, rest assured, should that ever change, you will be the first to know. So please, you have to believe me. Yeah, murderers have a habit of saying that. What about you, kid? Any weak excuses to offer? If so, now's the time to get them off your chest. Ha! I've got nothing to say to you. I'm innocent. Both as tight-lipped as each other, huh? But let me guess, you're still gonna try and stick up for them. It's true, Judge Gavèlle's actions certainly make her seem suspicious. But nothing she has told us amounts to a motive for murder, or even the suggestion of one. No, and like I said, I'm leaving motive aside for now. For the moment, I'm focusing on means and opportunity. And for my money, these two had to be working together for their little plot to succeed. What if Shaun was waiting down here when Gavèlle pushed the president off of the roof? That's such a dumb thing.
Hold it.
You're seriously suggesting that a child could be an accomplice in this murder? Look at him. He's still in elementary school. There's no way a kid that young would be involved in something like this. I think I mentioned that he's in junior high, right?
Not so fast.
Lang Zi says, "Pity no wolf, be he cub or grizzled elder. It doesn't matter how young he is. If he's guilty, he's guilty, and he'll be treated as such." Wow, wolf cubs have it hard, huh? I'm surprised at you, Mr. Prosecutor, for saying he deserves mercy just because of his age. Of course not. I'm saying that there's no way he did this, and I'm going to prove it to you. Yeah, I'll look forward to it. But be warned, I'm only just getting warmed up. If the two of them were working together, the problem of the lock goes away.
Hold it.
Goes away how exactly? Yeah, I thought you might try this. But you and I both know exactly how. You can let us in and out. Let me make it nice and simple for you. First, she pushes the president off of the roof. Pushes? Okay. But then the kid opens the combination lock because he knows the code. Yup, kid opens code, knows lock, gotcha. Okay, the other way around. And that's it. It's that simple. No more lock to worry about. And no more objections about her not being able to get in because she didn't know the code. That would explain away the problem of the lock, it's true. Thank you for your clear and incisive explanation, Agent Lang. Please continue. I will, and hopefully this next part will shut you up for good. They then worked to hide the body together too.
Hold it.
But if the two of them were working together, why would they need to hide the body for a full day?
Not so fast.
Well, look at the situation right in front of you. Thanks to that little ruse, we're still puzzling over what they were up to even now. But if you'll let me speak, I can clear up this whole mess once and for all. Ready? Good. So like I was saying, they worked together to hide the body by dragging it over to the Torosaurus suit and stuffing it inside. There'd be loads of blood in there. Can I just have a look?
Hold it.
The video footage doesn't show the inside of the suit. You can't say for certain that there was a body in there at the time, can you? Maybe not, but we could take a look right now. Let's open it up and see what's inside. I put money on us finding proof that it was there. Do you mind if we examine the suit, Mr. Powers? Oh, not at all. Thank you. Might be a little ripe, though. Gets pretty sweaty in there. To be honest, I wouldn't expect anything but... It's filthy. Yeah, that's weird. I always clean it out pretty good. If you don't, it can get kind of moldy. In other words, what we're looking at is proof that somebody other than you used the costume. That dirt in there must have come from the body. I guess the president was lying right in the middle of that footprint. Well, it could be a fingerprint, I don't know. We're not seeing what the end of his fingers look like. He probably would have gotten pretty dirty, probably chlorine. Exactly. Well, everybody happy? Plus we know it's a kale, but still. The inside of the suit is covered with dirt. It must be from when the body was hidden there.
Hold it!
So we're looking at doing something to that, maybe? If the dirt is from when the body was hidden inside the suit, we're assuming that it came directly from the body, correct? Ha! What are you even talking about? Of course we are. Where else would it have come from? It really is pretty filthy in there, huh? The dirt got everywhere. Especially around the part where the chest would have been. The chest. I think that might be an important clue. This theory hangs together pretty well, I have to say. It's certainly the case that they could have carried out the murder if they were working together. I don't think we stand to gain much by disputing that. So what do we do instead? We listen carefully to his testimony once more and see if we can tease out anything of value. So it looks like it's the last statement, but it looks like I'm gonna basically present something that says, yes, the body was in contact with this because, let's face it, the chest area of it is covered in dirt and other particulates. There is also the chest area of something else that is covered in dirt. So what we're going to do basically right now is say, uh-oh.
Objection!
Yeah, you're kind of right. So our assumption is that the inside of the suit is dirty because the dirt came from the body. Would it be safe to say that's the case? I mean, there's a definite connection at this point. Why? Is there a problem? The part of the suit directly in front of the opening is particularly dirty. Yeah, it really is. But look at the victim. The area of his body that would have been in contact with that part of the suit isn't dirty at all. That's true. If the victim had been crammed in there as you suggest, his chest would surely be covered in dirt. Ah! Fine, so what's your explanation? How did all that dirt get inside there? Based on the videotape, there may well have been somebody in the suit at the time. So who was it if it wasn't the president? Come on, Kay, think. Where was it? Is something the matter, Kay? I've seen dirt like that somewhere else, I'm sure of it. I just can't think where. Dirt with weird little grey bits in it. Grey bits. She's right, there is something mixed in there. It was stuck to something else we looked at. Lots of it. It was stuck to something we looked at. An item of evidence, maybe. It's probably worth checking. Oh no, totally not. Does one of the items we found have a similar kind of dirt stuck to it? I mean, for definite, yes. And most importantly, the flecks as well.
Take that!
As Kay pointed out, the dirt in the suit contains small flecks of something grey. And? We discovered similar flecks stuck to an item belonging to somebody we recently had dealings with. The item in question being these gloves. You're right, the dirt does look similar. But so what? What are you saying this stuff is? What exactly are these grey flecks of yours? I believe the grey flecks are... I mean, considering the scene, it's most likely concrete. Well, surely they're flecks of concrete. Oh, like all the little broken up bits around the footprints, you mean? Exactly. And who did the gloves on which we found similar dirt and grey flecks belong to? Chairman Winner! We found them in his garage! That's right. We visited the garage at his home earlier today, and we found a pair of mechanic's gloves covered in dirt. And if I recall correctly, a sledgehammer and a shovel too. Why would a pair of mechanic's gloves be covered in dirt? I'll tell you why. Because somebody wore them while they used that hammer and shovel. They smashed through the concrete to the dirt below, staining the gloves with both substances. Wait, so you're saying... Yes, that we finally know what these footprints really are. It seems highly likely that they were dug up by Chairman Winner. But why? Is there something under the ground? Are they trying to dispose of something in the ground? Oh, the disposing of something in the ground is probably the most absolutely true thing of all. Is the previous murder weapon, etc. here? Highly likely. Pah! If that's so, then tell me this. Why the heck did he make them? What purpose could they possibly serve? Why indeed, I imagine he must have been... digging something up or burying something. Weirdly... I'm not sure about burying something versus digging something up. We think that he's put that in the dump after all. He put the bell in the dump, so why wouldn't he put the rest in the dump? Digging something up is more intriguing here. Because to bury something, there'd be easier places to do it. If you're digging something up, you'd go to the trouble of going through that concrete. Why would you go to the trouble of burying something in there when there's like a billion easier places to do it? Yeah, you could even just chuck it in the river or something, you know? Be very hard to find. So digging something up. Again, it's the going through concrete that's the issue. I think he must have been digging something up. I imagine events unfolded somewhat like this. There was something on this lot that he needed to unearth. In order to do so, he cut the chain on the side entrance and gained access from there. He then used a sledgehammer and shovel to dig the free footprints. He's made sure to make them a shape for a reason, though. When he found that what he was looking for, he bagged it up and filled in all the holes. Ah, but then Shaun must have showed up, right? I think he did, yes. Chairman Winner would have had to find a hiding place, and the Torosaurus suit provided just that. Ah. You got all that from a pair of dirty gloves. It's good, but it's all just speculation. We didn't have any proof that he was inside that suit. I agree. He could have dug those holes and gotten out of here before the kid even showed up.
Objection!
But he didn't, and there's proof of that right there in the footage. It shows that Chairman Winner was still present when this recording was made. What? I'm just trying to look around myself. Is it the bag? It's a shame that Agent Lang didn't notice it himself. But if we compare the situation as we see it now to the situation as it appears on Shaun's rehearsal tape, and compare that in turn to what we saw in Chairman Winner's garage, it soon becomes clear that the chairman was present. Oh, okay, thanks for showing me that scene again. What even that means mean? Creever. Crever? What's supposed to be the middle bit? I don't understand. What's it stand for? What part of this image shows us the Chairman Winner was still here?
Take that!
Look at that bag next to the Torosaurus suit. We saw the same bag in Chairman Winner's garage. The same bag, the dirt on the gloves. That has to indicate a connection, surely. Mechanics gloves data has been updated in my organizer. I think that pretty much seals it. It was Excelsius Winner in the suit. And if he was in there, the president's body can't have been. Yeah! Good. Seems I've convinced Agent Lang of the flaws in his theory. Somebody get the Chairman Winner's house right away! We need to know what's in that bag! Yes, sir! You done lost your minds. I can't believe what I'm hearing here. What is this hog swill? Ah, this is all we need. Them right there's Torosaurus's footprints, dang it! Ain't no holes dug by no old guy. I think I've demonstrated more than adequately that that's exactly what they are. Don't matter to me none what you just done did. I don't believe it, and that's that. I done told you all. I seen that big bad bull with my own two eyes. The giant eye peering in at the window. I thought we'd gone past that nonsense. We ain't about to let that go. What kind of journalists would we be if we did, huh? Responsible ones, but I guess that's the whole problem. Wait, ain't like it was just about the footprints, no how. You were seen fraternizing with one of them there monsters, ain't that correct, young man? Well, the young lady over there, if I'm not very much mistaken. We're never going to get anywhere with these two around. Maybe if we could prove to them that wasn't a monster either, they might finally drop it. What do you think, Mr. Edgeworth? Any bright ideas? Prove that it wasn't a monster. Fine, I don't suppose there's much else for it. Let's see what we can do. What are you two whispering about? You all are hiding something, ain't ya? Admit it! Quick, Tabby, roll tape!
Hold it!
Could I politely ask that you both calm down? The monster the boy was seen talking to. We know what it was now. Huh? That's right. Shaun's rehearsal tape finally cleared up that particular mystery. It did? The point at which Miss Nichols thought she saw Shaun with Gordy. That would have been right when he was making his rehearsal tape. I think she mistook a certain object for the legendary creature of the lake. Your so-called monster is right here in this picture. Huh? I don't see no Gordy. That ain't nothing but a dumb snapshot. You're talking to a pro here. Can't fool me with no trick photography. What was Miss Nichols' Gordy, really? What's this?
Take that!
Covered in a tarpaulin, because it was raining, possibly. That's right. It was a camera crane. That is what Miss Nichols saw, not Gordy. What? Shaun's rehearsal tape was shot from a noticeably elevated viewpoint. A viewpoint that would only have been possible if the camera in question was attached to a crane. Bull! How the heck would she make a mistake like that, huh?
Objection!
How indeed. Miss Nichols. Yes? You told us that you think you might need new glasses, didn't you? Yeah, my eyesight got way worse all of a sudden. And I imagine that when you thought you saw Gordy, it was quite heavily shrouded in darkness. That's right. I only really saw a silhouette. But you done told us. Skin like an enormous worm. You said. You all about to try and tell us your precious crane up and grew skin somehow? Ain't even no flesh on them there metal bones, let alone skin. You're entirely correct, of course. About the crane as it was in this particular picture anyway. But it did have a skin of a sort last night. I knew you were a scoop hater, but this is plumb crazy. You want Tabby and me to starve, is that it? That wasn't my intent at all. But I do think it's time I finally put them both out of their misery. Gordy's skin is right here in front of us. It wasn't skin at all, it was this. It was this.
Take that!
Miss Nichols told us that it seemed likely to rain last night. That never happened in the end. But I think Shaun may have covered the crane with rainproof sheeting nonetheless. And that, my intrepid young reporters, is what Miss Nichols mistook for Gordy's skin. What? Ah, heck. Well, Shaun, am I mistaken? You see everything, don't you? Gotta say, you're pretty amazing. I'm sorry, Miss Hart, but Miss Nichols' monster was no such thing. It was simply a trick of the light. And just like that, the dream dies. Again. Chief! Yeah, I think that may have finally shut them up. I thought the kid was holding out on us. But it seems I might, could have been maybe a little. Oh my goodness, the 7. But it seems I could have been a little wrong, maybe? Alright, we know what the so-called monster was now. Everybody happy? Everybody except these two. Agent Lang! The President's autopsy report is out, sir. Oh, thank goodness. It is. Let me see it. Death was due to full body contusions and bone breakages caused by extreme pressure from above. So crushing. So we have our cause of death. He was crushed. Just as we thought. Somehow our weird theory comes to light. What the hell? I mean, it was more likely to being pushed off the building, to be fair. Time of death, April 5th, approximately 11 p.m. It's around the same time though, right? Test results still haven't come back from the yellow substance found on his chest, but they did find gunshot residue on his right hand. Gumshot residue? Guess he was a kid at heart, huh? Gunshot residue, K. It's a substance left behind when a firearm is discharged. Its presence indicates that the president may have used a gun. Really? We didn't find a gun anywhere, did we? Indeed not, which makes the residue something of a riddle. We'll need to read that report carefully. Well, Agent Lang, that clears one thing up at least. The president didn't die from a fall, which means he wasn't pushed from the roof of the big building. He was crushed by the falling Torosaur's head, just as we said he was. Guess I have to accept that now. Fine, you were right. Amazing. So does that mean Judge Gavèlle isn't a suspect anymore either? Surely it must. Both the cause and time of death rule her out. She met with the president the night before last, but the autopsy report puts the time of death at around 11 p.m. last night. And we know that the Torosaur's head fell around then too. The facts all line up perfectly. Phew, what a relief. Not so fast. Sorry, it might be a little too soon to celebrate. Why, though? So we've ruled out being pushed from a 51st floor building, which anyone could tell you didn't happen. Lack of explodey body. I guess the body wouldn't necessarily explode, but the body wouldn't be in such an entirely intact and, more to the point, human shape, you know, with things not jagging at like wild angles. Not to be too graphic about this, but the lack of grape juice is also a bit of a thing. Internal injuries. Big pressure crushing is what we've got to deal with. But it does take place at the same time he was last seen with Judge Gavèlle. So, is that what you're going to go with now? Well, we've got more timelines to fit in, like a gunshot and what was dug up. We will try to figure that out next time on Ace Attorney Investigations 2, Prosecutors Gambit. I will see you then for more, and until then, I say, bye-bye.